All right. So, first of all, Marcelo, I want to say congratulations because you landed a job, not only an American company with an American company, but also in Silicon Valley, which is incredible. Big accomplishment. So,
Yeah,
congratulations on that.
thank you.
Great, great. Can you tell us, so many people, I put up a post the other day talking about one of my students who was able to land a job in Silicon Valley, and so many people were interested. They thought it was amazing. So tell me about the process. Like, how did you find the job, first of all? And then what did you do to prepare for the job interview?
Yeah, I started looking for the job in the end of the last year,
Yeah,
and I was already doing some lessons with you.
yeah,
Because in the beginning my English was not very good for a conversation, so my intention was to practice for these applications,
yeah.
and then after I started searching for job opportunities, I used LinkedIn,
Mhm.
social networks, job posts, and everything that I could find about job
Sorry.
opportunities
Yes.
in order
Great.
to.
Great. Yeah. So you did a bit of research about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, where to find the jobs that you were looking for.
Yeah.
And I remember that we did a lot of practice. So just role playing, I would ask you questions and you would kind of tell me what your skills were, your strengths, and we would do like hypothetical questions that might be asked in a job interview.
Yeah.
Do you think they really helped you to prepare for your job interview?
Yeah, of course, because I think that uh, almost all of the questions that we have practiced were asked in some interview that I did.
Yeah,
So it was very helpful because I could have a time to practice
yeah,
in these answers in English because uh, I already have practice in Portuguese, but in
yeah,
English it's different.
yeah,
So I felt much more confident during the interviews,
yeah.
and yeah, that's,
Exactly. It's so important to practice, like even in your native language, it's really important to practice what you're going to say in a job interview, right? We always do it. We think about, oh, what are we going to say if they ask us this or that?
yeah,
So imagine in your second language, or imagine if, in English, you definitely need to practice for it. So it's always good when the questions we practice for are asked. It's like, yep, perfect. I practiced for this. I know how to answer it. So that's always a good thing. Definitely.
yeah.
How many interviews did you do with different companies before you got hired?
Uh, I really don't remember, but probably I think maybe eight
Yeah.
interviews,
Yeah.
six,
The-
something near that, because I have
yeah,
a yeah.
that's the reason why I'm asking. I think people get upset because they do one interview and then it doesn't work out and they get discouraged. They feel like, oh, it's because of my English. And sometimes it's not that. It's actually you're just not fit for the job, or they found someone who's a bit more suitable for the job. So people sometimes they get upset about that, but it's important to remember that it's not really about you. Sometimes it's just about the job and what fits that job. Yeah, exactly. So I also actually always say to people, it's actually a good thing if you didn't get the job, because it just means you're going to practice a bit more the next time, and
Yeah,
it's giving you an opportunity to train your English and improve for the next round. So yeah, that's really good to hear. What's
yeah,
one piece of advice you would give someone if they're learning English and they are looking to apply for an international job?
yeah. I think that it's very interesting what you said, because I think that one of the things that helped me a lot was to apply to a lot of jobs and do a lot of I think did a lot of interviews, because during the interviews I could practice my conversation. In the beginning, I was not very confident because it was like my first time in doing that.
Yeah,
But I realized that after the second and third interview,
yeah,
my conversation was improving a lot, and
exactly.
after each interview, I had more information to the next interview.
Yep.
So I think that doing interviews is a great way to practice.
Exactly, exactly. You're benefiting either way. Even if you don't get the job, you're still benefiting from it. And people forget that. People forget that's a
Yeah.
really important part of it because obviously, nerves are going to come up, especially in that first interview. So it's
Yeah.
good practice. Is there another tip or another piece of advice you would give people before they apply for international jobs?
Let me see. Uh, I think that read about the um, read information about the company. I think that's important
Yeah,
thing to do
yeah,
because you need to know the company that you want to work and why you want to do that,
yeah,
and be prepared because they will ask some questions about this and about your experience. So if you put something in your resume, justify why you put this
yeah,
information,
yeah.
and that's it. I
That's a
think.
good point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
People sometimes forget to research the company they're applying to work for. They forget to research, and that's really important, not only because it shows that you've done your homework and you know what kind of company you're applying for, but also it's important for you because you might not feel like you agree with their mission or their values, or you might not fit into their corporate culture. So you're right. You should also do your part and research it because they might ask you, what is it that you like about our company? Or why do you want to apply for this job? Why do you want to work for us and not our competitors? And you
Yeah.
need to know what kind of differentiates them. So that's a good tip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right. And
Welcome.
I will see you soon.
See you. Bye.